An oath or a vow is pretty much what it says. A vow mostly presents as I will never or I will always. It could be something like I will always be poor, or I will always be alone, or I will always fight for what is mine. It can be something that can actually feel positive, but then again presents negatively in our lives because it wasn't made out of a place of empowerment and consciousness, really. An oath is often more something that, again, it can be subconsciously, but it can also be consciously. It can be something like an oath of celibacy, or like maybe saying, or even saying maybe I will never have children. It can be an oath like I will never benefit, like a decision like I will not be selfish, so I almost will never benefit from the things that I do. It can be present more like a energy, like a warrior energy, which is a wonderful thing to have, right? Like especially if you look at the archetype, everybody needs to bring warrior energy into their lives, but this can also present unhealthily and become just like I'm always fighting and not balancing that energy out with the other archetypes or with the other energies. When oath or a vow has come up in your notes, it means that I have released all the energies that were making you vulnerable to it or that were attached to it, especially if it's an inherited one, and that I have released the oath and the vow. It is sometimes good to note, especially if it's a vow that comes across very strong, like saying I will never be selfish, or I will never do whatever. That can really seem noble, but it can really also become a limiting thing. Like that I will never be selfish your subconscious can translate it to whatever other people tell me is selfish, I will not do. So if somebody says, oh, you're being selfish because you have boundaries, then you might back off your boundaries. Again, because this energy or this vow was made not out of a place of empowerment, but normally out of a place of disempowerment, of not taking actual responsibility, more of a place of blame or fear, it becomes a limiting thing in your life. So when you notice, or if you have a vow that was released and you notice, oh, where in my life did it influence it, just pay attention and try to purposely notice how the opposite might serve you, or again coming back to how selfishness might sometimes, or what we call selfishness, might sometimes be of benefit. This could be really challenging, but again the energy is taken out of this, so it's something you can step into with courage.